Hey, this is Digital Dave with another cryptocurrency and blockchain update. Here on this beautiful beach, as you can tell behind me, I'm in Thailand, and I've been in Thailand for about 8.5 years. And I remember before I moved here, almost all my friends said, don't do it, it's dangerous. You're not gonna make it work. You're gonna come back to the US with your tail between your legs after 6 months. And well, they were wrong, and friends are almost always wrong. That is the #1 reason for failure in a business or with an investment plan, is that if you go against the grain, if you do something contrarian, which is almost always the right path to take, if you do something against the grain or make some type of contrarian move or investment, your friends are going to talk you out of it. And that's the #1 reason why small businesses fail, or the #1 reason why people don't start a new business, because they listen to their peers, and the peers usually get it wrong. The #1 reason why people don't invest in the cryptos, they listen to their peers. They say it's too overinflated, it's overvalued, you should only buy Tesla stock or whatever. And by the way, Tesla stock, boy, what's going on with Tesla? What's going on with Elon Musk? Yeah, I'll go ahead and transition into that. Elon Musk did a rug pull. First he said he's accepting Bitcoin and Bitcoin's the future and all this, and then he's like, no, Bitcoin uses up way too much energy and all this stuff. That was a rug pull. That was definitely a rug pull. You know, he's promoting Doge for a long time, and then I don't know what he's trying to do now. I don't know. This is a type of manipulation for the market and basically for your mind. My advice is stay the course. Invest in the solid cryptos like the ones I've talked about in my previous YouTube videos. Almost all of them have done extremely well, extremely well. Just stay the course. Keep investing into cryptos. Cryptos, the good ones, only go up. People are worried about the bear market. You know, is it going to be a bear market? It's going to collapse. If you look at the long-term gain, let's say you don't time it right. Let's say we do somehow enter a bear market, you know, later this year. I do think that if we do enter a bear market, it's going to be a lot less severe than it was back in 18. Less severe meaning less of a drop, and the longevity is going to be shortened too. Okay, so here's the thing: if you invest in cryptos, the good ones, they only go up in value. Look at cryptos as a long-term hold. Okay, look at 3, 4, 5, 10 years out for crypto investing. You can't go wrong. If someone bought Bitcoin at the top back in January of 2018 at $20,000, they are still up 2.5x, as much as 3x at one point. They're still up 2.5x after just 3 or 4 years. Pretty darn good. Most people would be happy with that. Okay. Now, if you want to try to time the market and exit out of cryptos, say a lot of people are saying later this year the whole thing is going to crash. You know, maybe this is a self-fulfilling prophecy, but I see cryptos as having real use cases now, like Cardano and Theta and TFuel. Now Digibyte starting to pick up steam, and Chainlink. A lot of these are real winners, and I believe they're just going to continue to go up in value. Now, this is investment advice, but you know, I started making videos about Cardano more than a year ago. I was going through my YouTube library earlier, and I believe the first mention of Cardano was back in March or April of 2020. Now, Cardano at that time was about 4 cents, and that's when I first mentioned it, and I started buying Cardano at that point. And now Cardano is really starting to go crazy. It's, last I checked, I don't know where the price would be by the time you watch this video. Last time I checked, it was $2.30. Okay, so I'll give you a little history about my Cardano buys. Okay, I don't think I've ever talked about this before on a public YouTube video. I did bring it up in my members only video a few days ago. So here's what happened. So back in 17, when Cardano was available to be bought on the exchange, the ticker is ADA, as you probably know, Cardano just absolutely took off. And FOMO kicked in. I ended up buying Cardano at that point at about 90 cents. And Cardano peaked out at about $1.30, and then it just totally collapsed, down to as low as 2 cents. Okay? Now, that valuable lesson, this is how adversity turns into opportunity. That valuable and hard lesson, really. What it did is that when I saw the opportunity of Cardano was less than a nickel, I couldn't find enough cash fast enough to start loading up on Cardano. I was like, I got to do this. I got to sell this. I got to just start buying Cardano. And If you remember my Patreon, you know I have a very large position in Cardano. And what I mean by large is that it's one of my top holdings. That's what I mean by large. Since Cardano has done so well, it keeps moving up as far as my holdings go. Now that investment, that hard lesson turned into opportunity. It turned into be very profitable because I just started putting all my chips into ADA, and now it's $2.30 at the time of this recording. And I do believe that Cardano is going to go to $10 or maybe $12 this year. How's that for an ROI? Not bad. If you're just now getting into Cardano, I believe that, or just into crypto, if you want to buy some ADA, like I said, I think we have a 5x move ahead of it for this year. Not bad, not bad, okay? Other cryptos, as you probably know, I was an early investor into Theta and TFuel. A lot of people were bearish on TFuel for some reason. Not a lot of people, but a few people. I believe there's one YouTuber. He just said he's really bearish on TFuel, and I said, well, that doesn't make any sense at all. I don't think he really knows what. I'm not picking on anybody. I don't think he really knows what an inflationary currency is. Actually, TFuel is a deflationary currency because of the locking and the staking. You lock it up in the staking, and you earn interest. And it's going to be a very handsome reward for people that will be staking TFuel. Now, Theta Mainnet 3.0 is coming out at the end of June 30th. And I'll go and give you a number here. So I did a poll in the Patreon group about where they think TFuel is going to go by the end of June. And I'll go ahead and tell you a little history here. Is that I like talking about history apparently. I think TFuel is going to be about $1.40 by the end of June, somewhere between June 20th, June 30th. I think it'll be about $1.40. And if I'm wrong and it goes higher than that, that's fantastic. But I think $1.40. And I did a poll about what people think it is, and they think it's going to be between $1, $1.50 in my Patreon group. And there was about several thousand votes on that. Some people think it's going to be higher than $2. Some people think it's going to be between $1.50 and $2. And some people, of course, think it's to be less than $1 at that point. And that's fine. We'll see what happens. I have no idea. I mean, I've got my guess. And gpool.io, who is where you can stake Theta, and soon you'll be able to stake your TFuel. I've chatted with them on Telegram a few times, so they're our unofficial partner, but I consider them to be a strategic alliance in this whole game of crypto and with our group. But they figure that TFuel is going to be about $1.88 by the end of June. So we're pretty close in our guesstimates. We're pretty close. We'll see what happens. And I still think that it'll be higher than Dogecoin. I think Dogecoin at the time of this video is 50 cents plus, and TFuel's 30 cents plus. Dogecoin is currently worth more, but I believe per my last video, I believe that TFuel is going to flip Dogecoin as far as the price of each coin, not market cap. Okay, so let's just see what happens. We're only about 6 weeks away for the end of June. And I'd like to see where this happens, but I think TFuel is super undervalued. I think Theta is super undervalued. There's a lot going on with Theta, and TFuel is just, if you're unable to get TFuel, for a penny or a couple of pennies, now's your chance, because TFuel has just been so flat and people are giving up on it. It's just been so flat. This is the time to get into a position when it just stays flat for the longest time. And I getting a few messages. People are saying, I'm starting to lose faith in TFuel and other cryptos, Digibyte, for example, too. And this is the time to buy, not the time to sell. Digibyte, when people give up on Digibyte, that is when it starts to move. And I'm starting to see people starting to give up on it. And I'm like, this is the time to buy Digibyte. This is the time to buy TFuel. This is the time to buy Theta for a $10 bill each, about. This is how you can really game the system. You do the exact opposite. Like I said earlier, your friends tell you to do this, you do the exact opposite of what everybody else says to do. When it comes to crypto, when everybody wants to sell, you start to buy, okay? So there's my tip with that. We've got Chainlink. I haven't talked about Chainlink in a while, but I believe Chainlink is going to be a real winner. There's a dude in the background here. I don't know why I laugh for that. No idea, makes no sense. And there's a waitress, okay. Chainlink investment really paid off. As you probably know, I loaded up on Chainlink a long time ago, more than 3 years ago, at 35 cents, and it's now went as high as 50 something dollars. I think it's 45, maybe at the time of this video. Now, you haven't missed the boat on Chainlink, in my investment opinion. Chainlink is super undervalued as well, and I know I could keep saying everything's undervalued, but I think Chainlink is still undervalued, and I think you should have some in your bag. Chainlink probably has about a 5x in front of it for this year too. Okay, so if you want to 5x your money, buy some Chainlink and some TFuel, some Theta, buy some Digibyte. I still think Digibyte's going to hit $5 next year. $5. Okay. Cardano, like I said, Cardano $10 to $12 likely this year, so another 5x for that one. I think Theta could be, so Theta's $10. I think Theta might have a higher potential ROI than, say, Cardano. I think Theta's going to go to $80 to $100 this year. So we might see 8 to 10x for Theta, if my numbers are correct. And there's nothing guaranteed. I could be totally wrong about this. Okay. Maybe Cardano goes to $15 or more, who knows, but I could be wrong. These are only my investment opinions. These are my guesstimations about where it's going to go. There's no guarantee where anything's going to go. There's no guarantee that the crypto, I know earlier I said the cryptos will only go up because they're deflationary and scarce. There's still no guarantee. I just want you guys to know that there's no guarantee. So you have to put in money that you're willing to risk. You only invest what you're willing to risk with cryptos, okay? There's no guarantees in life. That's just the way life is. There's no guarantee that I'm going to come to this beach and have a good time. You know? No guarantees with anything. But let me just say, if you're just now getting into cryptos, this whole bull market is really just starting to ramp up. We have a long ways to go before this bull market really starts to lose steam. And if you get in, if you buy at the top, you bought as the equivalent of buying Bitcoin at $20,000 a few years ago. If you buy Cardano later on at $12 and it goes down to like $3, just hold on because it's going to go a lot higher later on. You really can't lose, okay? But no guarantees. I have to say that. I have to say that, okay? Because I don't want people to believe that this is a sure thing. Like I said, life is not a sure thing. You know, I just ordered, I eat healthy, but I did order a banana muffin. There's no guarantees that muffin's going to be good, even though this is a really nice place here on the beach. Okay, what else happened? Oh, I got some news about unstoppable domains. Recently I talked about how if you use the Opera browser that you can say that 14 times fast. You can natively go to a crypto.com domain by using the Opera browser, no extension needed. Now you can use the Brave browser, brave.com, and natively browse a .crypto domain there too. No extension needed whatsoever. You can go to brad.crypto, who's the CEO of Unstoppable Domains. That's just an example. You can natively go there and see his website. And there's others. I think there's about 30,000 live websites that are .crypto domains. So I've said for the longest time, use the Brave browser. Use the Opera browser too. I like Opera too. I like the Brave browser because it blocks all that those crummy ads and all this data that you should not be having to look at, and it saves you, if you're on a mobile plan, it saves you costs. It saves you from having to download all those ads and all that garbage that you don't need to be looking at. Brave.com, the browser blocks all of that stuff, okay? It's a very private browser. This also adds a little bit of a layer of security to your computers. A lot of people have crypto on their computer. They're using the Exodus wallet or the Atomic wallet. This adds an additional layer of security. I like having layers. And this is how you do it, by the Brave browser. But if you don't have a .crypto domain, I really recommend you get one, secure one. You own it for life. It is actually considered an NFT. You control it by having the private keys. It's not on some server like with GoDaddy. It's on the server, and they can rug pull you like what Elon did. They can rug pull you and they can shut down your website or whatever. As long as you have control of that domain, which you will in your own wallet, as long as you have control of it, it cannot be shut down. Pretty cool stuff. So check out below, the link below. So if you want to get a crypto domain, a .crypto domain, you can by clicking the link below, and you can see what's available. Maybe get your business name or your organization or your family name or the name of your dog or whatever, okay? Pretty cool stuff, a lot going on. This is the decentralized web that we've all been really dreaming about and wanting to see happen. It's slowly happening, the decentralized web. That means that we are more private, more secure, and we are resistant to censorship. Pretty cool. Okay, guys and gals, that's all I got. This is Digital Dave. I'll see you next time.